Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to the final hour of trading today. Hey, it's your buddy Uncle Bruce here. Stock markets with Bruce. It is 3 o'clock Eastern time, and it is Wednesday, July the 6th, 2022. We got an hour to go till we finish trading for today. The Dow Jones Index has had a nice positive move in the last hour or so. Ever since the minutes of the Fed meeting came out, the street seems to like what they've heard, not surprised what they've heard. It was exactly what was expected. A 3/4 point increase is expected in the interest rate for July by the Fed. Was predicted last month. It's coming, and now the street's just expecting it. It's not going to be a surprise. And so nothing other than that came out to make it shocking or disappointing for the street. So we're up 116 points, 119 points on the Dow Jones. Is it a great day? No. 0.34 of a percentage point. It's 1/3 of a percentage point higher. That's it. So it's okay. Is it great? No, it's okay. And there you go. What we didn't get is a 500-point drop. There you go. And maybe that's a good thing. What do we got on other stocks we're following? By the way, I'm showing 18-point gain on S&P, NASDAQ up 64. Oil up down $1.20. It was down $3.50 at one point today. We're at 98.29 on oil. Matterport is down 8.5 cents. 389.5 is where it is at. SmartRent has managed to eke out a gain at 474, up 10.5 cents. Tesla is still down on the day, but not by much. It's at 696.34, down 286. And I know our friend Nick has been able to do a number of trades today on Tesla. I don't know how Christina's doing on those puts. While we were away between shows, Tesla did hit what looks like almost its low of the day, down in around the 681 level for kind of the second time today. And I'm not sure if that was good enough for Christina to take a hike with her puts or not. Well, she'll let us know, I hope. SoFi up 11 cents to 595. Volume on SoFi 19.7 million. Very quiet. GameStop is 116.96, down 327. The low of the day on our GameStop shares looks like $113.37, and the high today 122.28. So shares are almost in the midpoint of their trading day, just slightly below halfway. And we have not got a lot of volume here. 1,300,000 is the volume at this point. Spire down 2.5 cents. We got Apple up $1.68 after coming down to break even, came back up. AMC's up a quarter. ATIP down up a half a penny, pardon me. Rocket Lab down 2.5 cents. Cyxtera up 17 cents. ME up 4. Pfizer is up 83. HPQ, Hewlett Packard, down 45 cents to 31.10. Cisco, good day today, up 76 cents, 42.42. We got Home Depot up just 31 cents. Carvana down 128. We've got hang on here, Robinhood up 27. Vanik Semiconductor up 193 to 198.95. IBM up 43 cents. Microsoft up 384 to 266. Goldman Sachs 293.48, down 372. Meta Platforms up to 170. This is a stock that's on a bit of a climb the last few days. Meta Platforms, these guys were sitting at around here we go. What was it, a week ago? A few days ago, we were down to, or this one was down to 155. That's on the 1st of July, so just before the weekend. 155, now 170. So a $15 recovery. It's certainly the best level of the week, but it is nowhere near what it was a month ago. For a moment last month, it was at $200 a share. So it's $30 behind that. All right. Google up $33 today with a good day yesterday. We're now 23.11 on Google. Bed Bath Beyond down 12.5 cents. BlackBerry up 22 to 586. Royal Caribbean down 2.33 today, 33.97 a share, and oil is down $1.19. Oil was down $3.50, and Royal Caribbean And Norwegian and Carnival, the three cruise lines, are lower. You'd think with lower oil, they'd be higher. But the talk about higher rates is now catching up with these guys. These three companies combined have borrowed at least $100 billion as a group to survive the pandemic. And they were able to borrow money originally at the beginning of the pandemic around 4.5%, 4.75%, 5%. Then they had to pay 6.5%. And the thinking now, the last time they borrowed money was 7, 8, 9. The thinking now is when they start to come to Wall Street to roll over some of this 100 billion, which they will, it'll be 10 billion here, 10 billion there, 10 billion there. Each time they come in for rollovers, they're up against much higher rates than they were before. And they're likely going to find that they're going to be paying 3 to 5% more in interest on all the money they owe as they renew their loans every 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, going on and on and on. This is going to last a while, and this is a debilitating effect on the bottom line on the cruise lines. These guys, of course, are also running into the inflation problem we all are running into, all other businesses are running into. They're running into employment problems. They can't get enough staff to run all their ships at maximum capacity. The big story in Norwegian is the Pride of America ship in Hawaii. That's an all-American crew over there. They cannot fill that ship up with enough employees to run maximum capacity. The demand is there. Americans want to go on a cruise, on an all-American staffed cruise ship. They're prepared to pay triple what you would pay to go on a 1 week trip in the Caribbean. And yet the cruise has had to send out cancellations to cruisers saying, sorry, folks, that cruise coming up in a week or so or two from now, we have to cancel you out. We cannot bring you on board because under Coast Guard rules, U.S. Coast Guard, you have to have so many crew for so many passengers. And if you can't keep the ratio high, you have to lower your passenger count. And so Norwegian, I think, is stuck at about 55% capacity on the Pride of America, which, if it were full, could possibly be one of its most profitable ships in its fleet because the margins are pretty good. But you can't hire non-American crew to run the crew out of Honolulu and Hawaii only. That is U.S. territory. It has to be an all-American crew with at least green cards. I mean, you might not be American, but you've got a green card to be allowed to work in America, which means you pay taxes, you have Social Security benefits and deductions and all that kind of thing. So you're just as American as any other worker when it comes to the U.S. government. They can't fill the ship up. They can't get the crew. I think they're at half capacity. They're 450 crew short, and it's now the second or third month of this. Not good. So the cruise lines are down across the board today. Reasons for this: Target is off 38 cents. JP Morgan down 36. Costco having a good day, $495, up $7.33. Walmart up $1.79 to $126. Nvidia up $2.63 to $152. Disney down 77. Moderna is up $4.26 today at $159 a share. So there you go. There's a little rundown of some of our faves. We're up 125 on the Dow Jones, 21-point gain on S&P, 73 on NASDAQ. Tesla is at 695, down 360. SoFi 596, trying again and again to get back to $6. And then we have GameStop at 116.50, down 373, about what would that be? 14, 15, $3.40 below or above its low of the day. 340 above the low. So there you are. That's where we're at. Welcome all of you to the show. Thank you for those of you who are throwing me thumbs ups. I appreciate that. We've got Hector here, Coyote, DQ throwing me thumbs ups already. Appreciate these. H. Gregory, number 20. Jennifer's at 25. Thank you, John. Touchpad number 31. BW is at 35 thumbs ups. Richard at 36. Aurora at 41. Thank you guys for getting me already up here. Cindy, 44 thumbs up. Thank you guys. letting me know what number you are when you hit the thumbs up button. It really makes a difference to this channel to get the thumbs ups coming through, and they are because of your consistent loyalty to this channel. I love you for that. Mark, thank you. Austin, thank you. 47 thumbs up coming right in here. We only have 98 folks here, and we're at 47 thumbs up. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's a good ratio. Thank you, everybody. DQ, this is my second account. I'm number 50 on this one. Thank you, my friend. Couple of devices going. I do appreciate it. 146 points is the gain on the Dow at the moment. And we're showing Tesla at 696, SoFi at 596, GameStop at 116.62. All right. Thank you all for this support. Michael is here as well. He says, I'm either number 9 or 10. I was early. I hit the thumbs up and I'm around. Thanks, Michael. Appreciate you, buddy. Fantastic. 150 points and climbing on the Dow. Tesla still at 697, just under the break-even line. Apple up 202 to 143.58. Okay. And Flint Creek Soap Company is here. How you doing today? Number 54 thumbs ups. Thank you so much, getting us over half the century mark already. We're trying to hit 100 thumbs ups as soon as we can. 103 of you are here. I thank you for joining us. Oil down 108, as I said earlier. We were down 350 at one point, if not more than that at one point today. There is quite a bit of evidence being discovered by analysts who are noticing that production numbers for oil is rising. The amount of oil being delivered to market is climbing. It was thought that the only way to solve any kind of shortage was to convince the OPEC members to produce more, namely the Saudis. But it has become apparent that over 2 million barrels a day of added production is now being generated by Canada, the USA, Mexico, Venezuela, Argentina, Brazil, just in North America. These countries here are already producing more oil, 2 million barrels more a day to the market, and it's still rising. There's quite a bit of shut-in oil that can still come from the US and Canada. Canada could deliver more oil if only it had pipelines with which to move it. That's the big problem there. In Europe, not only, well, in Europe, of course, there's a reduction in oil being used. Europe is in an economic slowdown. The US and Canada seem to be in an economic slowdown. Stats are coming out to confirm that. And the analysts are saying that by the end of the year, the thinking is that as production keeps rising and demand keeps falling, we're going to get to the point here where there's this gap and oil might retreat to 65 a barrel. And next year, they are talking possibly 45 a barrel. Now, this is all happening in the middle of this Russia-Ukraine nightmare where 7 million barrels of Russian oil are supposedly not to be sold or purchased by anybody, and it's being offered in clandestine ways by Russia on the black market in a kind of a cash basis. Not all 7 million barrels are being sold by Russia. I don't even know if 3 million are being sold a day by Russia. But the Russians are having a bunch of problems. They've got a number of their oil fields that are shut in. They can't get them up and running because they are so addicted to Western companies' expertise to help them produce that even when they have parts that need to be refurbished or replaced, they have to ship them overseas to get done. Now, apparently in Canada, I think it's Alberta, our home province, there is a particular refurbishment center, probably near Edmonton, that is sitting on a huge amount of Russian oil and gas production machinery that had been refurbished and ordered repaired. And nothing strange about that. That's quite common. The problem is that the Canadians who've repaired it, all the repaired pieces are ready to go to Russia But the problem is that with the cutoff and the economic shutdowns, these cannot leave Canada. They cannot enter Russia. So the Canadians can't get paid by the Russians, even if the Russians wanted to pay them, and the Canadians can't deliver the parts to Russia because it's forbidden. And so the story goes that a huge amount of oil is shut in Russia because these parts were supposed to have been delivered months ago to Russia and reinstalled to get the field up and running by now. And now it is indefinitely offline. And I can tell you for a fact, the government of Canada will not allow those parts at all to leave that facility. So nothing's going anywhere. So we're hearing these kinds of stories as well. Quite interesting. I had heard today that even in Venezuela, which is a basket case when it comes to maintenance and reliability of anything, because their infrastructure is completely destroyed with the socialist government blaming, profit-making people for all their problems. Apparently, even production is higher out of Venezuela. 300,000 barrels more a day is coming out of Venezuela in oil production than before. And if any country could use additional cash flow, it's Venezuela. Now, the last I heard was that Venezuela has been on a bit of a restriction list as well because of their, again, human rights abuses and all this sort of stuff. But apparently oil is being allowed to flow out of Venezuela to Europe to replace Russian oil. However, cash is not going back to Venezuela. The countries that are putting the blockade on Venezuela are basically saying, we'll allow food into Venezuela, but we won't allow cash into Venezuela. Well, the good news for Venezuela, they need food, lots of food. And so the food that's being sent to their country is apparently the kind of food that is destined and customized for their grocery shelves, not destined for re-export to somebody else. So you can see how they can't take this food in and then shift it off to another country for cash. It's for domestic consumption. And apparently there are observers there in Venezuela to ensure that the food does land where it's supposed to land, on the shelves of grocery stores for human consumption. So that's what I've heard as well. Anyway, other interesting things going on. Let's see. Apple's having a good week. Beach Boy. Uncle Bruce. I think I was number 50. Any thoughts about writing 110s? Bid asks are 690 to 845 for July the 8th or 985 to 1065 July 15th. What are your thoughts on writing 110 calls on GameStop? GameStop right now, 116.45. Low is 13.37. And what I'm wondering about is whether we're going to get an overnight or a little pop between now and the first hour or two of trading tomorrow. We started weak today, and we're weak for the first 3 hours, allowing a lot of you to buy back calls, especially on stink bits. It's possible that we may see the GameStop shares inch back into the 120 neighborhood. It's anything is possible, but I think it's very likely it could happen. And for Beach Boy, what I would be doing, my friend, is I would be looking at maybe we're writing 115s if the 120 level can be breached tomorrow morning. If tomorrow morning the shares can only reach 117 to 119, then I'd stick around with the 110s and see if you can score more than $10 for those July 15s for the 110s. That would be the way I would look at it, because I know what your strategy is on this. But we'll have to play this by ear between now and then, of course. Nick is here. Thank you, sir. Number 69 has arrived. Gonzo is number 72. Thank you. Options Nomads 74. Thumbs up. Zach is either 74 or 5. Welcome, everybody. Sell My House Fast Up on Marlboro, number 73. Thank you, guys. It's nice to see you. Austin is saying, the past 2 days on SoFi, low volume, yet green. I would like a big old green explosion. Yeah, a 594 on SoFi, up 11 cents. Thank you. 20,400,000 shares traded. It's not heavy, but it is higher, and it was yesterday, and it's looking better. Give me an 80 million share, 100 million share day. We could be up $1. Yeah, we really could go. Don't know. What I'm waiting for, and I mentioned this, Jen and I were talking the last couple of days and last week or two. What I'm wondering, wondering if this might happen. I'm waiting for a specific event to take place regarding one or a number of all of the companies we follow that used to be SPACs. SoFi could be a candidate for sure in this one, but so could Matterport, SmartRent, any of them. What I'm waiting for is a revelation, a filing at the SEC that discloses that a major hedge fund or investor of a named person has acquired more than 5% of the outstanding shares of one of these SPACs. 23andMe, Spire, ATIP, any of them. If an outside investor like a Ryan Cohen, like he did with GameStop, any serious investor with billions behind them announces that they have come in to buy up 6, 7, 8, 9% of company, whatever, that hits the airwaves. That would be a release, a press release. I think the shares of that company would be an automatic double. But I think the spillover effect could be dramatic as well, because now the street will buzz about how a former SPAC that had backed off in price has been invested into by a named serious investor group, what have you. It then brings up speculation. Are there other SPACs who have been hard hit that have solid businesses that are growing? SPACs, former SPACs that are sitting on a bunch of cash, have virtually no debt. Are these also candidates for possible outside involvement? Because these shares are too low priced. And if an outside investor came in and picked off 7, 8, 10% of SoFi, can you imagine the kerfuffle that could cause? Would be a most interesting development. So, Austin, I'm with you. You know, it's great to see the shares of SoFi go up with no volume. But boy, would it be something if a serious sized investment entity stepped in there and also bought up and wanted to get the stock moving. That would be really interesting. Anyway, I mention it because it's one of those things I think about and wonder, could this happen? And if so, what would be the ramifications of all of this? It would be something else. Anyway, thank you all. Splair is here. Welcome. Beach Boy. Thank you, sir. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Right on. We will keep an eye on that GameStop. Beach Boy notes right now, 117.60. We want a run here. I want a recovery. All of you who have bought back GameStop calls, I would like to see the GameStop take a pop, and then you can write again. So let's see if it can give us one. Time will tell. We have 37 minutes to go today. The Dow is up 204 points. The S&P is up 33 and the Nasdaq's up 112. 2/3 of a point gain for the Dow, 0.88 for S&P, and 0.1% for Nasdaq. Getting better. This is better than just okay. I like it. Keep it coming, please. And if it can affect and infect our stock, that would be just great. Matterport only down 8. SmartRent now up 15 to 479. Tesla right at $700. SoFi $596, up 12 cents. GameStop 117.48. Spire down just 3. Apple up 229. AMC down 18. We got ATIP up a nickel. We have Rocket Lab right at the break-even line, down a half a penny, up a half a penny. Cyxtera up 20 cents, and ME up 2.5 to 286 for ME. It's had a good week, 23andMe. Take a look at this chart for the last week on 23andMe. That was around the 240 mark last week. We're now at the 286 mark. We'll take that gain. Let's see if we can get more of it, please, and thank you. Every little bit helps. Volume today on 23andMe, 2.1 million shares. All right. Pfizer up $1.12, 52.76. HPQ 31.28, down 27 cents. Cisco up 94 cents today, having a very good day. Cisco 42.90 now. Twitter almost unchanged, down a penny. Home Depot up 110. Carvana down a buck. Robinhood up 33. Vanik up 334 or 344. Pardon me. IBM up 96 cents. Microsoft climbing up 493. This is pushing the high of the day around right now. 267.78, right near the high of the day today for Microsoft. There you go. We got green showing, and more of it seems to be coming on. So that's an interesting sign. Strength, a little bit of recovery, which means more option writing opportunities are showing up for you guys. GameStop 117.48 down 275, SoFi 595, and Tesla 699 is our latest price right now. All righty, 205 gain on the Dow. We've got the S&P 500 at 33-point gain, and we got the NASDAQ up 109, oil down 79 cents. I think by the end of the week, we get the unemployment numbers, if I'm not mistaken. We did hear today that job openings, 11.3 million of them are still available in the USA, which tells me a major recession, not a chance. Mild? Sure. Regional? Yes. I can see regions of the US doing better than others. Yeah, I can see that. But a full-blown national, oh my God, everyone's getting laid off. And no, not happening in the US. Not going to happen. Karim, I am thumbs up number 75. Austin, what exactly is a Gonzo cruiser? I don't know. I can't answer that question. It might be too complicated for me to go into. Oh, by the by, on interest rates, I noted that the U.S. 10-year was down as low as 2.76 earlier this morning. It's now back to 2.92. We had U.S. interest rates on the 10-year Treasury at 3.5% about a month ago, getting down to 2.75 points this morning. That was 0.75 of a percentage point lower. And now with the Fed minutes out, we're going straight back up again, because now the street knows the Fed is really going to raise rates 0.75 of a percentage point in July. That's in the next week and a half. And that could put the U.S. 10-year back to 3.5 to maybe 3.75. Watch for that. Germany is at 1.16 right now. It got down to 1.08 this morning, and it was 1.8 2 weeks ago. Italy, 3.14. It had been as low as 3.06, and it was 4.3 two or so weeks ago. So we've got rates recovering a little here, moving higher, and they're probably going to continue to do so, which could be a bad thing for the market. Hence why, as writers, do not fear upside. Euro 101.89, down 0.75 penny today. It's dropped about 3 pennies this week. The pound 119.32, off 0.25 penny. We're off at least 2.5 pennies this week on the pound. So there's pressure there, and they might go lower because interest rates are going higher in the U.S. Canada will follow, and that could put more pressure on currencies against the U.S. dollar, making the U.S. dollar possibly higher or easily able to hold this gain. 117.15 on GameStop. 117.15 on GameStop. Over at Deutsche Bank, they're talking about reasons why the dollar will continue to strengthen against the euro. They feel that the euro will fall for sure down to parity, which is par, which is $1 for one euro. But now they're talking about the idea that maybe the dollar will go over par, and that the euro could soften to the 95, 97 cent range. And that would be a drop of at least, in the last year, 20+% going on. So we'll have to see how this plays out. Interest rates being risen in the U.S. and not being lifted in Europe at the same pace is definitely one of the reasons for it. And high energy prices and the possibility of Europe in need of energy at very difficult prices. Again, on natural gas more than oil, but we'll have to wait and see about that. Anyway, there's more and more talk about parity between the U.S. dollar and the euro. That isn't an issue. The question is whether the U.S. dollar will go above significantly, maybe 5% higher than the euro. it's been a long time for that. Anyway, we'll see what's going on. Alberto, does anyone believe GameStop will drop to 100? I'm holding off on buying the stock. Gonzo, I love to cruise and I'm a bit wild. I started following Bruce on his first channel. Blair sounds like someone could only cruise when Gonzo joined. Austin, there you have it. Question answered. Beach Boy DQ. Have you bought back your GameStop covered calls, or are you still master of your domain? Mirko, hey Uncle Bruce, I rolled two Kathy Woods ARKK's $41 contracts. They expire this Friday. I rolled them into 42s for July the 22nd. So I went forward in time and I moved up $1 2 weeks, and I made a 49-cent gain in cash per contract. So smart move, bringing in more money into your account, moving $1 higher on the exercise, going down a couple of weeks. It's nice going. DQ, Beach Boy, I am the master of my domain. Mirko, not much, but even with a bad call, you can make money. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. That's it. Even when the stock moves up against you, you can still make it work for you because you're never out of the game. You are the casino. BW. So the United States had oil barons back in the day. Saudi Arabia has an oil prince. Yet Venezuela has to have oil babysitters. Yeah, it's a mess. Of course, keep in mind that Venezuela nationalized their entire oil and gas business. And I believe it's Chevron. I believe it was Chevron, pardon me, that is owed a minimum of $14 billion by Venezuela for nationalizing it, and they haven't been paid. There's the difference between Saudi Arabia and Venezuela. There's your difference. Splayer, could it be that we still go on tomorrow with climbing on SoFi? Could it be? Austin, Splayer, I could put a stop to that by buying more shares. Beach Boy, DQ, Lord of the Manor. A DQ, Beach Boy, King of the Castle. There you go. Very well done, everyone. We're now ahead on the Dow, 217 points. We've got Smart run up 13, Matterport down 11. Tesla at 699. 698.65, pardon me. SoFi 595 up 11. GameStop 117.27 down 296. Got Spire down 2 cents. Apple up 238. AMC down 21. ATIP down a half a penny. Rocket Lab just down 2.5 cents. It's had a nice recovery here. Rocket Lab this morning was as low as 380. It's now 394, 14-cent comeback, down only 2.5 cents. And we had a gain yesterday. Let's go, Rocket Lab. Keep adding to this if you don't mind. Xterra's up 18, 23andMe up 2.5, Pfizer up 128, and HPQ down just 22 cents. Okay, there you go. Bruce, Splayer, slowly, we need you filled with air. And Austin, I don't think so. The chart looks stable. Neo, please. Wing Commander, still sitting on my July 22nd 135s. I sold those for $20 each. They really went down in value to about 3.5. Not much to gain by holding these any longer. Not much to gain by holding these any longer, Uncle B. I agree. You've taken off the table here. If you were to buy these back around 3.5, you will have taken off the table most of that money, 80+%. And I think that's excellent. I would, at this point, consider buying them back. Again, just kind of keep an eye on this. They will continue to depreciate anyway, even if the stock was up a couple of bucks today. The next couple of days they'll drop even further. But if you can get them at 3.5 here, take a look now at maybe, if you are conservative, go out to July 29 or into August, the first week of August, and maybe look at writing 130s or 125s. If you're looking at writing 130s, you're $13 out from now, right at this moment, which is probably closer to where you were when you wrote these in the first place. Because if you got $20 for these 135s, they must have been 130 or something at the time, or closer to 135. So you may want to write a lower priced exercise price option for a week or two longer in time, and bring in more than 350. So spend 350 to get these, and bring in 750 or 950 or something of that nature. If you can bring in 10 or more, great. There's a thought. Beach Boy, by the way, did anyone tell Bama Babe about shrinkage? Anyone tell her about that? Wing Commander, These were part of a rollover from 110s back in the green thanks to the shrinkage. Rock and roll, baby. There you have it. Now you can compound it by doing another rollover, basically, buying these up and writing much higher priced calls to yet again lock in a bunch more money into your account. Thank you very much. And moving on, indeed, rinse and repeat. 117.34 on GameStop. The Dow up 237, still climbing ever so little. A1 Contractors, any news on when SoFi app is going to allow after hours and options trading? They mentioned it a couple of months ago, but Robinhood extended their hours before SoFi even offered it. I hear you, A1. I know what you're talking about there. I have heard nothing new on this yet. I know they want to do it. They're not holding it up because they don't want to do it or they're afraid of it. They've got the capital to launch it. And I think it would be very successful for them when they do launch it. But your guess is as good as mine, my friend. If you hear anything, you let us know. We hear anything, we're telling the world. We're not going to hide this info. Nick, I got out of Carvana on RBLX short with some profit. We're shorted, hyped. Tesla average 691. Hope it drops back to 680. Nick is having fun today. Bama Bay Beach Boy, are you picking on me? DQ. Nick, any downside to holding a short position overnight? Wing Commander bought back at 355. Can we go get a pop now? How about that? John Bickman, I am number 90, Bruce, on your thumbs ups count. We are almost at 100. You guys are awesome. BW After Hours is available on SoFi only on your phone or smart app. It's not available on desktop yet. Options trading is coming fourth quarter. There's some news there. DQ Beach Boy, Bama Babe taught us about shrinkage. Beach Boy. What, me? Never. Oh, well, no, you got me. Tesla 699.73. The Dow up 248 points. S&P up 37.9. Nasdaq up 116. We got oil down 74 cents to 98.76. The two stocks moving the Dow, two of them that are helping, Travelers and United Healthcare. The Fed minutes are hawkish. And they may also be out of date, says Barron's. But the market is saying hawkish is what we were expecting. Hawkish is what we've got. Hawkish is what we're prepared for. We're going higher. And that's the deal. At the moment, that's the deal. All right. Tesla 698.40. GameStop 117.22. John Bickman, the water in the pool is really cold. It's really cold. You mean it shrinks? Like a scared turtle. I don't know how you guys live with those things. I don't know how you live with those things. Love that show. We are down to 22 minutes to go, and the suffering is over for today. It's been another good day, I think, for a number of you out there. Being able to buy back calls and take on new positions for other calls, I say way to go. GameStop at 117.10. If it wants to go to 118, 120, there are people waiting to write options. If it goes to 22, 24, there are more people waiting to write options. Let's see what happens. 1 minute at a time, $1 at a time. Here we are. What else is going on? Just out of curiosity, I was kind of wondering how crypto is doing. I've got crypto here. Bitcoin at 20,412. I got Ethereum at 1161 and XRP USDs 32 cents or so. Yeah, I don't know how these work. I don't know who they are, what they are. I just avoid them. And I just am hearing a whole bunch of potential nightmare stories regarding the illiquidity, the non-liquidity of a lot of people who are into crypto something. They're either into crypto coins, they're into crypto derivatives, or into crypto lending deals, or into crypto whatever. And more and more stories are coming out where people cannot liquidate their positions. That's not good stuff. All right. That is the latest on that front. All right. There you go. 116.87 on GameStop, just a little pullback under 117. We got a 594 last trade on SoFi. We have 21 minutes to go. Tesla 697.74. Hopefully, Christina has done all right. I don't know how Christina's doing on her puts. I know she had a second shot to blow them away when the shares got down to that 671 or 681 level. It had 681. It dropped down. It put her right at the money with premium. I'm wondering, I don't know, did she have a stink bid in there? Did a stink offer? Did she get out? Did she sell? I don't know. I'm hoping that has happened. Got to be careful. Beach Boy, Uncle Bruce managed to sell and buy immediately for some nice tax losses as well. Nice job, buddy. Well done. This is a very good move on your part, my friend. Very good move. The Dow up 187, a little lower than where we were a few minutes ago. Now we're up 191. 697.81 on Tesla, 594 SoFi, 116.78 on the GameStop. Nick, DQ, if the market sentiment is positive, the stock will run up as shorts will be covering. But generally, there are day traders who will like to take their profits locked at the end of the day, and that's when you just cover. Bama Babe, DQ, I wrote a couple of covered calls at the end of the day today because of the spike after 2 p.m. in my stocks. I'm anticipating a drop by the end of Friday to buy them all back. And there you go. There you go. This is an excellent strategy that Bama Babe is using, and others. You sell into strength, you write into some strength, and look for Friday deterioration and depreciation, especially if you're writing out of the money contracts. That is the secret to making money in the options business, writing out of the monies with very little time left. Take a few bucks. Alberto, if you had the option of buying another 100 shares of GameStop, would you do it? Or will you play the powder elsewhere? Okay, there you go. Well, every time you get another 100 shares, you can write another contract. So you are, I'll call it compounding your returns higher and higher and higher. Is there something wrong with that? No. Is 116 too high? Is 116.80, whatever we're at, too low? It all depends. If you're of the mind that, look, I'm going to buy these 100 shares and I'm going to write calls on them no matter what, they either die Friday or they die a week Friday or the week after, I'm going to put these 100 shares to work for me. I'm going to get my hands on $4 or $5, $6 a share in premium money, and that means this investment of $11,600 is going to generate me several $100, quickly. In the next couple of months, I want $1,000 back already and more. So under those terms and conditions, nothing to worry about. What can be considered, of course, is either diversification is another thought. So you might look at other ideas, or another way to enhance revenue is to say, okay, I've got shares of GameStop. I got a set number right here. I now have enough money to buy 100 more. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to buy 3 in-the-money call options that are out to, after the new year. And I'm going to write options on those. So divide the 12 grand or so into 3 pieces. You're looking for $4,000 contracts or less to buy that are almost all book value, if you can pull it off, and start writing on those. Now, instead of writing 1 call option on 100 shares, you're writing 3 call options on 3 options. Deep in the money options, you're writing 3 options against it. You're tripling your revenue on the same $11,600. That's a thought, because you're adding to your existing position anyway. You've got shares. Now you're buying calls deep in the money and you're writing on them. The only thing you've got to ask yourself is, okay, if I spend $4 grand on an option on GameStop, the stock's at 117 right now. But if I take about $40 off the 117 price, I've got to get my hands on something like $77 to $80 contracts. Can you find an $80 GameStop contract to buy far enough out into the new year around the $4,000 level? There's the trick. It might be available today. It might not be available till tomorrow. It might be available this Friday when we see more depreciation on contracts and rollovers of contracts. I'm just throwing it out there. And of course, if the stock drops $5 in the meantime, the next couple of days, then you're looking at $72 contracts, $75 contract. Still looking for a $4,000 contract deep in the money to get at least 3 of them to triple your writing capacity. Thoughts to just think about, and we'll see. Tiff, Spire volume is only 170,000. That is low. DQ, Alberto, I do a buy right on GameStop right at the money and let them get a sign if it runs up. Bama Babe, right on, says DQ. Alberto, DQ and Teal, thank you. Larry, hi all. Sorry I missed this morning. I had no internet for 20 hours. Splair, I see today's metaverse coins still moving higher. Splair, Larry, without a bagel. The Moonbeam number one, Beach Boy, you didn't sell at a loss, then immediately buy back, did you? Then you'd be caught in a wash sale, not tax deductible. He's not in the USA. He has no US tax problem. DQ, Larry Titus, all good. Not Larry Titus. Rang the bells, and you're on your non-member account again. Turo is thumbs up 98. Thank you, everybody, for getting me to 100 here. Coyote, GameStop, January 23rd, $80 call, bid of $44.25. So that's a little too expensive. You want to look for a contract that's 4,000 or less. That's why you keep your eyes always peeled on the options market. And when you get the chance, you make that kind of move. Now, on the other hand, if you do buy a 70 or a 60, 65, you can buy two of them, maybe 5,500 to $6,000 a piece, instead of, again, just one 100 share block. You can buy two calls and write two instead of one. Again, that's also possible. But if you can get three contracts around that $40 level each for about that $12,000, you're in business. You're on your way. We have 103 thumbs ups on this show, probably simply because I have the best YouTubers there are. Thank you. Thank you so much for these thumbs ups. I really appreciate it. Excuse me. If you're still able to hit us with more, please do. We've got 104 now, and we appreciate it very, very much. All right. Great stuff, everybody. Great stuff. I hope I'm able to help you with these answers. Those of you who are acquiring classes and lessons, getting the lessons from my website, thank you, by the way, for that. But also, I hope you're finding them of use, and I hope that they are falling into place for you, that they're easy to understand. We try to do it in plain English. Jen is the moderator on these live classes. You'll notice a bunch of names that you see here in the classes, so you know why these folks are making money. They took the classes live, and they're here live with us daily. And there's a whole bunch of dough being made on this options market. This bear market we're supposedly in, you couldn't have asked for a better scenario to make money in this market. Cheddar Stacks, I'm making bull call spreads out of the money, limits upside, but reduces risk, similar to poor man covered calls, but both calls are out of the money. It's cheaper for me, and I buy back the sold calls intraday on the dip in price. Nice move. DQ, Uncle Bruce, I think you need to do a class on shorting with Nick as the guest speaker. Cheddar Stacks, then hold the long call and possibly sell against it again and again and again. Cheddar, there are so many neat strategies out there. The bull call spread is definitely one to look into. Can be researched on Google very easily, and you can always do pretend trades yourself. If you're out, any of you out there trying to think about doing this, you just find your favorite stock, figure out how bull call spreads work, and then in the morning find a target, find a stock, find the contracts you would write, and make your move. And away you go, whatever you're buying or selling, and off you go. But you have to be into it, and you have to stay on top of it. No question about it. Brandon, I see Uncle Bruce streaming again as an excellent bottom indicator. Okay. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. I'm not sure. 131 is the gain on the Dow. We were up over 200 a little while ago. Smart right up a dime. Tesla is down to 695. SoFi 594, and GameStop is 117.21. DH Ruda, 108 thumbs up. Bruce, darn meetings holding me back. Alberto, thanks all. You got it, buddy. Absolutely, you got it. Thank you all so much for being with us today, being here. All of you who are subscribers to this channel, Those of you who are members, you're the best. I thank you all very much for your support of this channel. Jen and I appreciate it very much, and especially the members. We thank you, Gold Bagel members and Uncle Bruce, Chilling with Uncle Bruce members. Thank you all very, very much for being here. We love you. 110 thumbs ups with 164 people here. Pretty good ratio, no doubt about that. Thank you, guys. We're going members only now for comments. Thank you, and appreciate you all popping in and hanging around with us. Tesla 695.82 going down a little bit right now. 593 on SoFi. 117.24 on the GameStop. Spire down 3. Apple up 145. AMC down 14. ATIP up a penny. Rocket Lab down a nickel. Cyxtera up 15 and ME up 2.5. Pfizer up 124. We got HPQ down 42 cents. Cisco up 71 now. Twitter losing 23. Home Depot holding a gain of 18 centinos. Carvana down 110. Robinhood up 27 cents. Vanik up 155 to 198.57. IBM up 49 cents right now. Microsoft 309 is the gain over there. So more green than red for sure. Up 85 on the Dow, but we are giving up some ground as we see here as the afternoon is coming through. We're down to 9 minutes, and we got a 15-point gain in S&P, and NASDAQ only 42. So we are giving up ground late tonight, and we'll see how this affects us overnight and tomorrow morning. 592 on SoFi, 116.93 on GameStop. Tesla 694.13. Nick is short Tesla, I believe, and he'll be watching this very closely through the close and, if necessary, in the aftermarkets as well. Bruce, did you hear about the SAS airline filing for bankruptcy, pilot strike? Yes, I did. I think it's a Chapter 15, so it's like a reorganization or something like that. Yeah, I've heard that. We have heard all kinds of terrible airline stories just everywhere. I mean, in Copenhagen, in Amsterdam, baggage problems. Heathrow, tons of baggage problems. Toronto, Montreal, Calgary, Vancouver in Canada, problems coast to coast. And then we're hearing issues out of the U.S. too. It's not good. DQ is short Tesla. Also says DQ, right on. Spare looks like oil is going for another drop. We are down 95 cents to 98.55 from what I can tell. The Dow is up 58 at the moment. Tesla 693. Another dollar just came back here on Tesla. 7 minutes to go. $1 a minute could bring Tesla down to 686. Buck a minute. I don't know if that's going to happen. The Dow only up 36 with S&P and NASDAQ slowly backing up a little. S&P up 11, NASDAQ up 26. But the market is definitely giving up some ground. 200 points have been given up in the last 20 minutes, at least. Maybe in the last 30 minutes by the Dow. 7 minutes to go, kids. John Bickman says John likes the third-person game at DQ. George is getting upset. There you go. All right. 692.20 on Tesla. Down $7. 692. SoFi 590 up 6 cents. GameStop 116.99. So we got some red coming in, a little more selling pressure coming in here. Apple up only 93 cents. It's at 142.49. It's giving up some ground. ATIP unchanged. Rocket Lab down 4 cents. Cyxtera up 12. ME up 3. Pfizer holding a 115 gain, giving up just HPQ down 45, definitely dropping. Cisco down 69 cents. It's backing off. Home Depot negative, down 24 cents now. Carvana losing more, 131. Vanik losing ground, 115 gain, but losing ground. IBM is going down. It's still up 38 cents, but it's coming back. Microsoft is definitely coming back. It is up 252 to 265. It was 267 just 10, 15 minutes ago. So we're seeing some selling pressure here late in the day coming in. NASDAQ is only up 14 points now. It was up full percentage point half an hour ago. It's now 0.13. So late in the day, people taking profits and going on the sidelines. DQ likes that John Bickman likes Austin's third-person game. John Bickman, have a great evening, Bagel family, Uncle Bruce, and AJ Karim. Where the take a walk, eat vegetables person? Where's that guy? Austin likes that John likes third person. Abram Eumenis, number 114 thumbs ups. Austin likes DQ but doesn't love DQ. Austin, okay, I'm done. John, DQ, Austin, starting to feel like the fourth person laughing out loud. Alberto, when is SoFi going to be at $60? That's what I want to know. When is it going to be at 60? $5.90 right now, up 6 cents. Tesla, $6.90, $3.20, down $6 at the moment. Spiller, have a great evening. Thanks, buddy. 5 minutes to go, and we're done trading here. The last 5 minutes, the Dow's up just 28 now as we are giving up some ground late in the day. SoFi, $5.90. GameStop, $117.32 at the moment. I kind of wonder if GameStop wants to pop a little tomorrow morning. Maybe it'll pop tonight, 119, 120, 21. That might open up some opportunities for some of you guys to do some more writing. DQ is laughing out loud. John, too many persons. Nick, Alberto would be tomorrow if people were smart. Austin, I would cry at $60. I just cry. I'd be so happy. I'd be crying. Well, we'll find out. The Dow is up 31 with 4 minutes to go. And we have Tesla at 693.50, SoFi at 590. The volume on SoFi now is 23.7 million. Very calm day here. Nothing great, nothing crazy going on. GameStop 117.35. The volume today on GameStop 1.55 million. There's no 2 million share day today happening here. Splayer, I would be happy with 16 first on the SoFi. Let's start with that. Alberto, Nick, let's go. Austin, I am laughing here. Nick would cry at 6. Alberto, he's still laughing. Austin, 60 makes me a millionaire in stock and a call writing machine. Yeah, that would be something, my friend. Yeah, if you guys want to calculate how rich would you be if SoFi went to 60? If it went up tenfold, what would your account be worth? Wow. Yeah, you'd have some interesting gains on your hands. A lot of people want to talk to you about, how did you make all that money in the stock market? What did you do? What's your secret to investing in the stock market? I think the secret is you buy low, you wait for it to go up. And, the Warren Buffett method, you get it cheap and ride it. That's what you do. Alberta, hell yes, me too. Several times over, I'd be rich, baby, rich. 52-point gain on the Dow. Little pop up here. 694 on Tesla. SoFi 589. GameStop 117.28. We're down to 2 minutes, baby, and we are done. A splitter at 60. There will be a bagel cruise line only reserved for bagel members. How about that? That might be something very exclusive. We're at a 56-point gain with now less than 2 minutes left in the day, guys. There it is. Coyote says, hey, buy low, sell high, you big dummy. It's so simple. At least I heard about that. There you go. 57-point gain on the Dow. Tesla 695. SoFi 590. GameStop 117.26. This is where we're at right now. At least I heard about that, says Blair. Austin, I tell you what, I take a $10 average on all the SPACs, and I would be joyous if they all average $10 each. That's a start, isn't it? For sure. 1 minute to go, kids. 1 minute to go, and we're done for the day. Alberto said in the Sanford and Son voice. I'm coming, Louise. What was that gal's name? Was it Louise? What was Sanford and Son's wife's name? Was it Louise? Coming, baby. I'm coming for you. Oh, my goodness. Yes. Hell yes. Me too. Several times over. I'm coming, babe. 76-point gain. A little shot higher on the Dow late in the day. Probably just a computer program. We're down to the last minute here. A few seconds to go, and we are done. John Bickman, Spire gets to 10 again. I will pee my pants. Coyote, Alberto, I'm coming, Elizabeth. I'm coming, Elizabeth. I'm coming. BW later Gators, yet another work call. Have to jump to. Why can't they hold these meetings after the markets close? John, on purpose. DQ, Elizabeth, we're coming. Larry, thanks, buddy, for the thumbs ups, for the bells as well, and everything. Thanks, Larry. Cindy B, Elizabeth, I'm coming for you, baby. John Bickman, you'll be peeing your pants soon, anyways, Grandpa. DQ, thank you, Larry Titus. You betcha. Thanks, Larry. 57-point gain, it looks like, for the Dow, a 695 market on Tesla at the end of the day, 590 on SoFi, 117.35 on GameStop. That seems to be the final numbers as we're going through here. John Gill, sitting on Hermosa Beach, phone trading stocks, soaking up sun and surf. I'm living the dream. There you go, John. You are doing what every single viewer of this channel has the potential to be doing, and that is traveling anywhere you want to go. Take your phone with you, and you can write options, buy back options, write options, buy back options, anywhere on this planet. It doesn't matter where you are. You just need an internet, and if you can find a way to watch this show live or listen to it live, you got it made. There you go, John. Way to go, buddy. John Bickman, Austin, level up. You're in the will, but only in pencil. Careful now, Coyote. Going to say my prayers to the moons tonight that GameStop runs in the AM a little bit so we can write and cash them their checks. There you go. 117.35 Splair. And again, have a good evening with a following good night to you all. You take care, Splair. Take it easy, buddy. DQ John Gill, what trading platform do you use? Coyote, John Gill, have a good time. Nick, I'll be holding the Tesla short if I do not cover in the aftermarket. But I had a good profit so far on Tesla flips, $8,384 flipping Tesla all day long. Bama Babe, another interesting day. Commentators talking doom and gloom, and markets end up in the green. There you go. D.H. Ruda, Coyote, amen. Austin, which SPAC hits 10 first is the question. John Gill, I use Fidelity. John says SoFi. Let's go, baby. There it is, kids. That's the end of our training day today. We are done for another session. Wednesday, July the 6th, 2022 is in the books. Bama Babe, we make money red or green days. It doesn't matter. DQ, Austin, CYXD is the first one. That's true. That did get to 10 first. Have a great night, everybody. Get some rest and take care of yourselves. Join me here tomorrow morning, Thursday, July the 7th from Zermatt. We will be on the air 8:30 Eastern for our first show for everybody. This gang right here, the Gold Bagel members, you can join me before 8:30 tomorrow morning. I'll have a pre-market show for you guys, a pre-show for you, and we'll go over what's going on overnight and get ready for our day's trades. Thank you all for the thumbs ups today for both of these live shows. 122 now have come in here. Thank you to you, the folks who watch on the rerun. Hit those thumbs ups. All of you who go back for shows that I've done in the last few days, the last few weeks, and go and just give me a thumbs up on every one of my old shows. Thank you very much. That really helps. It really does. It makes a difference. The artificial computers light up when that happens. I don't know why. It just happens. Thanks, everybody. Thank you. Where's Christina this afternoon? I have a suspicion she's at the pool deck on that cruise ship, but I'm sure we'll hear from her tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Have a good one. I'll catch you tomorrow morning. Have a good night. Thanks again, and we'll talk to you soon. Goodbye from Zermatt.